KJ, welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
I am so stoked. Before we dive into all the things in this convo, I just want to say congrats because you are a best-selling author of this beautiful pink book.
Thank you.
Pitchworthy. And I speed read through it, and it says here the no fluff playbook to publicity that pays off. That is a mouthful, but I do believe that's what this book is.
Yes. Perfectly. Well said.
I'm so excited to dive into all things PR, visibility, your career, your story, riffraff, and shoot the shit together.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to just start with how did you even get into PR? Because I actually don't know this. I know you're our I'll share with the world. You're our in-house publicist for voice and visibility, and I'm very honored to have you as part of the team and working with clients. And it's so exciting to have somebody that's got 3 decades of PR and press experience and landing people in all sorts of publications and media. It's so fucking cool to me. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about what PR is and why you even got into it. And then let's start there.
Okay, perfect. So I, growing up, didn't know what PR was. I didn't even know what PR was until I fell into PR. But I grew up in a very, very small town in North Dakota. And it was always, everybody dies famous in a small town, right? Everyone's in your shit. They know your business. You could do one thing at 3 p.m. and by 3:02, your parents know halfway across town, right? So I feel like I got very good at spinning the story. I wasn't over there at Jenna's. I was with Tommy giving food to the needy. I wasn't out there, tipping cows in a field. I have no idea what you're talking about. And so I feel like I learned really early the power of persuasion. I had an older brother, a younger brother. If I wanted the car, if I wanted to eat something for dinner, had to get people around to my way of thinking. And so without knowing what it was, I feel like I was born to be a publicist. When I went to college, I wanted to be a lawyer, follow in the footsteps of cousins I admired, people of that nature. So I was going to go to school as fast as I could in whatever I could get a degree in. Communications, super easy. English, it's my first language. I'm going to kick ass at this. And so I went early, graduated in 2.5 years, was going to take a semester off and then go to law school. I took one law school class and I hated it with the fire of 1,000 suns. I couldn't even make it through the first day. I was like, this is not where I'm going to shine. And so I got an internship at a public relations agency, and I loved everything about it. I loved promoting people's stories, helping them out of messes, all the writing, being behind the scenes, seeing the lights and the cameras and how a newsroom worked. I just thought it was the coolest thing. And my first internship, I thought, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to have a great career. I'm going to go to Hollywood. I'm going to drink at the pool with celebrities. I have, to this day, never drank at a pool with celebrities, but it's been amazing. I love it. I get to do what I love doing, talking to people, hearing their stories, promoting their shit, making them awesome every single day.
Yeah. And you're so good at it. It's so cool to have you on the show because I've been on the receiving end of your work, and I've also watched you work with other clients, and it's so cool you living in it, as being the magical unicorn that you you have this incredible book, which is you guys definitely go check out Pitchworthy. And for you to be such an excellent communicator. I think what I'm learning from you is that really PR is mastering the art of communication with some positioning in there.
Right. Because I think people overcomplicate it. I actually think the public relations industry has a PR problem. They try and make it hard. They try and make it seem like magic. They try and make it seem like it's so impossible. They want to charge you huge retainers. The truth of the matter is public relations is training people how to think and talk about your business or brand the way you want them to, especially when you're not in the room. And so all you're really doing is sitting down with people that are like-minded and telling them what you're passionate about. That's all public relations is. It's not anything that's too fancy. It's just teaching people how to talk about the thing you care most about in the world. Yeah. Easy peasy. But I think it's intimidating to people. And I think the public relations industry goes out of their way to make it seem that way.
Yeah. I think that the approach that I had to it, or even the perspective of it, was that it was a very you pay to play and you have to be making bank in order for you to even pitch yourself,
right.
And my journey has been very unique in that the only pitching I did in my whole career until kind of recently has been people that I admired that I was like, I would love to have you on my show because I think it would be a really cool conversation. I think what you're doing is awesome. And if they liked it, or if they listened, or if they responded, great, so be it. But PR always felt scary to me. And I get the sense that a lot of people that are listening also feel the same way. It feels like this, like amoeba that's like in the dark corner, and we like want to touch it. We want to see what's in there, but we're like scared that it's going to like, I don't know, like something bad's going to happen, or like it's going to just be too much to handle, or it's going to be too expensive, or it's like not for you at this point. And so I'm like, how do we get people to understand that what PR really is, and also make it more like approachable, which I feel like you do in this book specifically too.
Well, I try to. I think a couple things to unpack there. The first one is public relations, they want you to think it's expensive. They want you to have to hire a person. They want you to have to keep paying that retainer month after month after month. When the truth is, yeah, you can hire someone if you want to move the process along faster, or you can get the book, learn how to do it, and do it yourself. Just like you could learn how to build a website, learn how to do your SEO, learn how to have your own podcast, right? There's those options. The truth about publicity and visibility is once you start the machine, once you have a few press hits, once you are on a few podcasts, once you are on a few news articles, it snowballs, it builds, it rolls downhill, and the machine feeds itself if you get started with the right foundation. And I think people don't understand that part. You don't have to spend 40 grand a month for the rest of your life to promote your business. And at the same time, you don't have to be famous or making 6 or 7 figures or be able to pay a PR retainer to get a PR person. If you have a business or a brand or even an idea, public relations should be top of funnel. Because if you have a restaurant, if you have a podcast, if you have a brick and mortar, or if you offer services, I can't buy from you. I can't go to your restaurant. I don't know about your brand if you're not out there promoting it. And I think so many people leave that on the table. They think they're going to post a few times on social media. They're going to go viral. Shit's going to take off for them. And that is not the reality of where we are in 2026 and beyond. You have to tell people what you're doing. What I try and tell my clients that are afraid of being visible is this. You created your product or service for a reason. You started your brand because either you saw something missing in the marketplace, or a loved one you care about needed something, or you did something to help them. So you come from a place of service when you create something. It's hard as fuck to create something. You've put your blood, sweat, tears, money into doing that. Just creating it isn't the finish line. That's the starting line for you. Why would you do all that, invest all that time, energy, money, emotion, everything, and then just wait for people to find it? Like, yes, your work is good, but it doesn't speak for itself. You have to go promote it. And that's where public relations comes into effect. If you can't talk about what you're passionate about, what you care about, what you created, you're doing a disservice to not only that loved one you created the thing for, yourself for creating the idea and all your hard work, but all the people you could be helping, inspiring, and doing.
Yeah, I think this is a huge gap, like for people. And I know for me, I don't know, it's similar to you growing up. Like my thing was I would be going around the neighborhood as like a sales girl for the Girl Scouts, and I would get everyone on board, and I was like top sales girl. So I didn't have a problem using my voice to put things out there, but I know that's not a common thing. Like I know that like, especially if you have something you care about, there can be hesitation to put it out there because if you get rejected, or people don't want it, or they don't buy it right the second it fucking drops. I know that feeling of being like the offer's out there, and then you're like, why is it not selling like literally like this? You
I
know?
should be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, what the fuck? And it's all of us. We're all impatient. We all want it now. And there's so much power. I think the things that have happened in my career, if I had to attribute it to one thing, it is putting myself out there and like letting myself be seen and talking about it, you know? And I know you've helped me with my own PR for both voice and visibility and my name. And it's like, yes, you can do it. We can do that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as leaders. But then there's like, almost like, okay, that's level 1. Go do the thing. Go talk about what you offer. Go put yourself out there, face to camera, face on video, whatever it is, you need to be seen. You need to talk about it. But then the next level is like the refinement stage, which is what I feel like a lot of people that listen to this show are in, where they are putting themselves out there. It might not be comfortable still, but they're still doing it. Yeah. But they're like, okay, we need to refine the message. We don't want to just be for everyone. Yeah. How do we dial it in? So can you talk a little bit about like how to think about that, like the refinement process of whether it's like through the lens of like who you're talking to, or the positioning, or the visual brand? Like what does somebody need to do to like kind of get to that next level of refinement in their PR?
I think no matter what level they're at, they have to know who their target audience is, who they want to speak to. Like the saying is true. If you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to no one, you're doing nothing but burning yourself out and talking all the time, right? The biggest thing I do with clients or non-clients, even people when they want to pick my brain, what is your biggest goal in life? What do you truly want to do? What audience is going to get you there? Let's focus on what that true audience is. It's not everyone. It's not people at various levels. It's literally one section. And we're going to focus on those sections of people. And then we're going to figure out, what are those people reading? What are they listening? What are they watching? We are only going to focus on those people. And once we get that group of people totally on board with what you're doing, when we put you out there as you, comfortable with your vulnerability, true to who you are, not pretending to be what you saw or what you think is possible, but like the true you out there to reach that target audience, you're going to learn very quickly. You're going to repel people. Great. You don't want them. They were never going to buy anything anyway. But also you're going to find your people. You're going to tackle that target market. You're going to reach that goal, then we're going to readjust. You're going to have a new goal. We're going to have a new market. We're going to move on from there. And I think people forget that there's steps. They want a quick fix. They want to buy the followers. They want to do the whatever. They want to skip, or they see, oh, this is working for so-and-so, big name in such and such industry. It doesn't work that way for everyone. Know what your true goal is. Know who is going to help you get there. And then you only focus on those things. And I think that helps people level up faster than they could ever imagine.
Yeah, I know, like, from personal experience, it's almost like moving through the fear of commitment, like of being like, if I really talk to my dream person, that means it's going to exclude 99% of the other people. And so, oh, fuck, right? And if there's like so many things, it's the fear of committing and just to make a decision. That's one thing I know that's going through people's minds. But then it's also like, oh shit, what happens when I succeed? Right. Because there's this like, oh no, now I'm really dialed in. Now the floodgates are opened. Right. You know? And you're like, oh shit. Like I went from being invisible to being completely booked out. And you're like, it's like the pendulum has swung the other side. And so how do you, like, can you give suggestions? Like, have you seen this with your clients or even yourself of like, I feel like I'm in the midst of this right now, actually, where I've gone from, I wouldn't say I was like fully on the other side of the pendulum, but like, you know, I was like kind of chilling. And then I'm like, all right, it's go time, double down, talking to my human. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, you know? And so it's a capacity issue, right? And then it's like, okay, systems, structures, team, people, we need support. Holy shit. Yeah. And do you kind of have any advice for the people that are in that position, me, anyone listening that's going through this, where they're like, oh, wow, like this business or this brand is asking me to be the next level of leader that I'm here to be, and like how to manage that? Like, tell me more, give me advice.
Well, I mean, the first thing I would say back to anyone is that not what you wanted? Like, is that not why you put in the effort?
Yeah, KJ, it is.
I think I want to dial it back to something that you said earlier, and I will get to answering your question, but I want to dial it back to something you said earlier, because I think that it's a trajectory. I think people need to realize they're so afraid to try because they're afraid of failing or people saying no. And I just want to be very clear. You're already at no. You haven't asked anyone to do anything. It's already a no. You haven't reached out to that brand. You haven't built your brand. You haven't tried anything. It's a no. The only place to go up from there is upwards, right? You can't go beyond not trying, not doing something. And so what? You reach out to someone and they're going to say no to you. It doesn't mean like, this is the worst idea ever, you're horrible, stay in your hovel hole forever, like go eat nachos on your bed. No, it means no, not a good fit for us, or not a good fit right now, or maybe not from that angle. But you have to
try again.
Yeah, try again, right? Yeah. Because in the tech atmosphere, they build things as quickly as they can because they want it to fail. Because the faster they fail, the more money they save in the long run to build things. You have to run your life like you're creating an app. Literally, how quickly can I fail at this? How quickly can I try this? Okay, no, fine, do whatever. Like if you're going to fail on a spectacular scale, because then you'll have learned something. You're going to build it better the next time. I also think once people get over that fear of failure where they try, they stay either ingrained in that fear of failure, or they almost start self-sabotaging, like they're afraid of success. They're afraid of, oh my God, I have to hire a team. Oh my God, what if I get too big? Oh my God, what if Judy down the street judges me because she saw my, I'm on the cover of Vogue this week, Judy down the street. What do you think of that? Those sorts of things. One, therapy. Maybe take a shot of tequila. Don't do multiple shots of tequila, but like one. Then go to therapy and talk it out, because there's a block there that's keeping you from doing what you want to do. Like if you truly sat down and decided what your goal is, you found your audience, you made yourself big. Now you're big and you have to hire the people, and like you're ready to level up. Your nervous system is going to be like, holy shit, this is scary. So then you kind of have to adjust that. But also therapy's good. Things to, it's not going to hurt you to talk out the feelings, because at every level of success you see, you're going to feel that pushback. Your body's not going to want to do it because change is scary. You get comfortable where you're at. And putting yourself out there with your art, your service, your product, whatever it is, it's vulnerable. You're letting people judge something you're passionate about. Don't worry about the people who are judging what you're passionate about. Worry about the people who are embracing what you do, the community that you've built. Because even on your cringiest day, where you probably are like, I cannot believe I said that. I cannot believe I did that. Someone is listening. Someone is watching. Someone is seeing your post or whatever it is that you do. They're reading through your product. Maybe they're reading through my book. And they're like, this is it. This is the spark. This is the inspiration. This is the whatever. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my God, there's a typo on page 42. And they're like, oh, even she makes a typo. I can write a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know what people are going through or what they're thinking. You got to focus on the good. We spend so much time focusing on the bad, the negative parts. No, have a lot of audacity. Go achieve everything you want to. Like the universe gives you what you ask for. Start asking for everything.
Yeah. I love this conversation so much. It's like been so... I feel like I talk about this so much, but it's like when it happens so close to putting it out there, when you're like, I want this. Okay, I'm putting myself out there. I'm saying this. I'm claiming it. I'm putting it out there, and then it comes and it's quick. And you're like, whoa, calm down. Like, geez, I didn't. Okay, all right. And I think it's about this. Like, I'm imagining the people listening right now or watching, it's like this feeling of the responsibility, like the next level of responsibility, right? I think that the community that we've attracted here is like, there are these fucking high performers, high achievers, huge visions, are really powerful leaders. And it's almost like they're scared of their own power. Like they're scared of their own leadership. They're scared of the next level of responsibility, which is very valid. We all are. Like that is very human because it's new. And so I think to your point of like one action at a time, like one day at a time, one pitch at a time, one update to your media kit at a time. It's like when we see the whole picture of like the entire possibilities of how big we can grow, it can overwhelm us to the point that our nervous system shuts down and then we don't take any action. Yeah. And so I think what I loved about your book, and I'm going to use this as like a reference manual for myself too, is like, it breaks it down into like step 1, step 2, step 3. And as somebody who's like, oh my God, the vision's big, let's go. Yeah. I need a plan. Like I need structure. Yeah. And so I love that you broke it down into these pieces. Like you talk about brand words, you talk about setting your goals. That's like one of the first things. I'm actually curious for PR goals. Like what are some good examples of PR goals we can think about? Because in my mind, I'm like, is a PR goal being on a podcast, being on a stage? Is it like, what does that mean? What does the PR goal mean?
It can be any of those things. It's very specific to the person. Okay. When I meet with 9 out of 10 people who come to me, they want to be on Oprah. And I have to break it to them like, Oprah hasn't had a show in like 12 years. She has a podcast, but she's very specific about who's on that podcast. Yeah. And 8 times out of 10, they do not fit her podcast mold. But everyone wants to be on Oprah, right? Because that's the thing. Or if you're an entrepreneur, you want to be in Forbes. So yes, a PR goal, it could be anything. Be on a podcast, speak on a stage, get paid to speak on a stage. It can be all of those things, or it can be, I want to write a book. I want to be the expert in this industry. I want to be the go-to person for this. It can be as broad or as very specific as you want it to be. I'm a specific goal person. So like my PR goal last year, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to have an amazing I'm going to treat myself like, my goal was to treat myself like a client to promote my book. And I definitely did that. And then my goal this year was, I want to go on a book tour, you know, and I'm always notorious for the, how hard can this be? Delusion. I'm the queen of, hey, how hard can this be? Turns out shit is really fucking hard, but you're already in it. So you might as well finish what you started. And so again, the universe isn't going to give you what you ask for. So the goal is, what is the big thing I want to do? What's the thing I want to achieve? What's the thing that I think is going to help me level up or help me get the recognition I want? Or even if it's just small, like I want to be in my local paper today. You know, you can start anywhere. Yeah. The goal is to just start and vocalize what you want to do. Yeah. Yeah. I think this kind of makes me almost think about the power of like our inner circle and having such a solid circle that we can vocalize our desires to and say, you know, hey, I really want to grow my podcast to the #1 podcast in this, you know, industry. Yep. When people hear that,
they're your, inner circle and they are supportive of you, they're
Mhm.
going to want to help you make that happen.
Right.
And whether that's, hey, I think this guest would be great, or let me review your show, or let me share your show. It's like, I think we forget that PR can probably start even just at the friend level.
Yeah.
You know,
1,000%.
like I know we've helped each other in that
Yeah.
way of just making an ask. It's not like I'm sending you an email like, hey, KJ. It's just, yo,
I need this.
Can we do this thing? Yeah. And so I think we forget, specifically as women in this instance, I work with both men and women, and I think men have an easier time asking for what they want.
Well,
Women,
they're very direct. Women,
Yeah.
we dance around it. We're worried about rejection. We don't want what are our friends going to think? You see, my biggest pet peeve is on social media. Oh my God. My biggest pet peeve is on social media where you see that post like, your friends are never going to support you like your internet stranger. No, you haven't taught your friends how to support you. You haven't asked them how to support you. Maybe they don't know how to support you because they aren't entrepreneurs or they don't have a whatever. Tell them what you need.
Yeah.
Your people will show up. But if you don't tell them, you're assuming. That just makes you an asshole.
Yeah, dude, I actually need that reminder. I think that I've been working on this, but it's hard. It is challenging for me.
Right.
And I think it's probably challenging for most women to ask for what you want. Sometimes you don't even know what you want. You're just like, I
No.
just want help.
Right.
Fuck. I just want to go bigger. Fuck.
Yeah,
I just
this.
want to be more successful. Fuck. So when I think about this, I'm like, what would I ask my friends, and I've been starting to do it like, and I've even been asking our listeners like, hey, if you love this, please subscribe and tag me in your stories and share with your friends, because I want to make this the #1 entrepreneurship leadership podcast. Like it's what I want to do. And I don't know why it was placed on my heart. It's like, I just want to feature the most epic humans and like help people grow and like build what they're here to build and like live in their mission and shit. And I'm like, well, the only way that's going to happen is if I ask. Like, it's not going to happen if I just sit there and hope. It's not going to happen if I just write it a million times in my fucking journal and don't take action on it. Like, it's kind of one of those hilarious things where you realize like, oh shit, like I get to be an active participant in my own visibility strategy by just asking.
Yes.
And like, I think what I'm hearing is like, if we can start with our inner circle, because that's less scary, then we can start branching out and maybe messaging people online or sending emails or doing whatever, using the frameworks you laid out in this book of like, okay, hey, this is the thing I do, or this is the service I offer, or this is why we're great, this is why we're different. And I want to contribute to this conversation, and like really feeling like you have support too, because I think that's so important for us.
It is so important for us. And I think you touched on a good thing, your circle, and starting with your small circle. I think when you are going to be visible, it creates that level of vulnerability, right? You're scared to put yourself out there. It's important, I think, that you have 3 people in your circle to start. And they might not be the same 3 people all the time, but if you're going to grow big, if you want to put yourself out there, if it's going to be scary and intimidating and all those things, literally a good therapist. You will always need a good therapist, especially if you make it big. You're going to want a therapist. Like, I cannot stress enough, get a therapist. The other thing is, I think you need a good best friend. You need someone who's going to tell you, this is fucking stupid, or don't do this. Like, you can't surround yourself with yes people. You need someone that's a realist in the core. That's going to be like, hey, I see what you're trying to do here. This is not going to end well. And I just want to flag that for you now. I'm not saying you need a Debbie Downer. You need a realist, a therapist. No, that's
such a good person.
A realist, because otherwise you're going to be like, you see celebrities do it all the time. Like, how did this make it through approvals? Oh, surrounded themselves by a bunch of people that are on the payroll. Of course they're going to say yes. They just want the paycheck. Those sorts of things. So good therapist, realist in your friend group, and then your partner. I am divorced and remarried. My book is dedicated to my husband, Kenny. He is amazing. Like the dedication says, I would not dream half as big as I do without him in my life. Your spouse is your biggest asset because they are either, or your partner or your friend, whatever you have. You need to have a person in your life that is either going to greet you at the door after a hard day with a glass of wine, because the worst thing that you could ever do while chasing your dreams is have someone who you go to the door after a late night and they don't greet you at the door. They're on the couch and they're giving you the cold shoulder, or they're giving you shit about having to travel for work, or they're giving you shit about working too much. Good therapist, friend who's a realist, partner that supports you. Those are the 3 you need in your circle at all times. You will never be successful without them.
I love this. I'm like, amen. Can we just like put that on repeat for like another like 3 minutes?
Yep,
like,
we're done.
Just extract
Podcast
that clip.
over.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's a good clip. But yeah, I can't even imagine where I would be without Kurt. I've talked about him so much on the show. It's like having that person in your life that you can like actually just be a fucking mess with or
Right.
celebrate with.
Right.
And not feel like you need to apologize or shrink or
Right.
diminish yourself or like, or not live your mission. You
Yeah.
know, like I remember when I met Kurt, I told him, I'm like, yo, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want to date me? Like, it's going to be crazy. I knew it then.
This is going to be a trip, sir.
I was a personal trainer when I started the show. Like, I just knew though, I was like, there's big things happening. So are you ready? And he's like, I was born ready. And I'm like, oh,
of course he
did. I'm getting hot and bothered, Kurt.
Yeah,
okay. But like, yeah, I think it is, you know, I have conversations with people in my DM that are going through relationship stuff and they feel like they don't have a supportive partner. And like,
it's the worst.
It's really shitty. It's like, get out of that, you know, like you owe it to yourself.
All
like,
the red flags.
yeah,
Where's the red flag guy?
Yeah, we need the flag,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, love yourself so much that like, it's just not, it's not even an option to be able to tolerate that stuff. And it's the same with friendship too, whether you're in a relationship or not. It's like, if you have that friend that makes you feel bad about how you want to spend your time.
Yeah,
or,
bye. Say bye to that friend. Like
just
no.
like fuck off, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like,
their season is done.
Fucking time for that shit.
No.
Like I need ride or die people who understand
Yep.
what it's like. Because being a founder and an entrepreneur is not an easy thing. I couldn't do anything else. And it's fucking hard.
It's
like,
so fucking hard.
It's like way more work, way more stress, way more everything. It's insane. It also is like, of course we're doing this. Like this is of course my life.
How hard can it be?
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's great.
But like, it doesn't negate from the fact that the people in your circle, I think, are gonna allow you to go for it or not. Yeah. You know, it's like I remember like when I was leaving, kind of shifting friend groups almost, like I had my core friends from college and most of them were still in architecture. They were still in the industry that we went to school for. And I kind of ventured out on my own, and I had a few other girls that did as well. And I just felt like I kept going such an alternative path. And it felt the more I went down my path, the more I just felt like I couldn't relate. And it was really hard for me to be in conversations. Yep. Not because they weren't supportive, actually. It's because they didn't get excited about the things and they didn't understand. Yep. And it's like, I was like, okay, it's not that there's anything bad here, but like also the neutrality is still kind of a buzzkill. Yeah. You know, it's like, no, I need my people to be fucking insane like me and ride or dies with me. Right. And be like, yes, you fucking got this. You were born for this. Yeah. And be like, yeah, you're right.
I got this. But I also want to be very, very clear too. You don't have to have a partner. You don't have to have a spouse. Like you're not great because of Kurt. Kurt, you had a life and Kurt came into your life. Kurt is not your life, right? I had a life and Kenny came into my life. He complements it. Kenny is not my life. Sorry, Kenny, if this is the first time you're hearing that.
We love you, Kenny.
We love you.
We love you, Kurt.
But at the same time, I spent a lot of years by myself. My first years of building my business myself. You have to know yourself and be comfortable with who you are and know what your value system is because you can't have anything shake that. If you get 100 people famous, 200 people famous, 200,000 people famous, like the Hermosi famous. You know what I mean? Like you have to know yourself and what you're doing before anything else can complement that. Yeah. Before you're gonna, especially if you're gonna put yourself out there, especially if you want to achieve that next level, don't let anything shake who you are. And I think then if you want the person comes around. It's better to be single and know your shit and be good with yourself than with a terrible partner. 100%. So either be single and good with yourself or with a good partner. You don't need the other shit.
That's the only two options, yeah.
Plus, if you're single and you know yourself, you don't have to share your money with anyone else. Like, why would you share it with someone who's not pulling their weight? Yeah. You know?
Amen. And same goes for friends in circles and where you invest time and energy. And yeah, I think there's I've said this a few times, but I feel like it's so true as you're talking. I'm like the entrepreneurial journey is the spiritual path. It's like you will find out who you are on this
real fast
journey.
And not even in like a woo-woo way, like I didn't know I was capable of that, or also like, I didn't know I could deal with that, or like look at how badass I am.
Or even the mirrors that we have in our life that reflect back to us who we are or who we're not. I think that's been the biggest. I think I just grew up with not really a strong sense of identity, and so I just camouflaged. Like I just went with the crowd.
Whatever the group was.
Yeah. And obviously entrepreneurship, you can't do that. Like you need to find your thing and own that. And that's literally why the show is named that. It's like, you have to go through that inner journey to figure out who you are and what you're here to
Mhm.
do, and then relentlessly pursue that and be completely audacious about it
Yeah.
and fucking own it, and the right people and the right opportunities, the right press. I feel like all that happens when you put yourself out there, when it's authentic to you and
Yes.
genuine to you.
1,000%.
Like there's nothing that will compare to embodiment. I really just don't think so. It's like being who you say you are.
Yep. Yeah. And it's also 1,000 times easier to be who you say you are and who you truly are meant to be and who you truly want to be than pretending to be someone else. It is exhausting to try and keep up with the other people in the world just because you see them getting the fame you want, getting the attention you want, getting the money you want, putting the products together, doing like the cool trips you want to do. That is not your path. It is not meant for you. And if you want to do those things, you got to learn to do it your way. And when you learn to do it your way, the authentic way to you, oh my God, it feels so good.
How did you learn to do it your way?
Well, I probably learned to do it the hard way by doing it the wrong way 1,000,000 times. I'm very stubborn. How did I learn to do it my way? I think I just got fed up with how hard it was doing it everyone else's way. I was so tired of pretending to be something I wasn't. It makes you tired. It makes you depressed. It starts to impact your health. And I think a part of it is just I was tired of waiting for someone else to do it for me. You know, like no one is coming to save me. If I want something, I have to go get it myself. If I want something, I have to ask for it. Why am I getting frustrated and bitter and mad and old and all the wrinkles because I want something and no one's just knowing that I want it to give it to me? No, I have to ask for it. So you just put on your big girl pants and you go do it.
Yeah, it's reminding me of this quote, or maybe it was a reflection I received from somebody that was like, my life changed when I stopped making myself wrong.
Yeah.
And it was really just all about what if like nothing you did in your life in the way that you did it was wrong. And I think that applies to business, because I think that we can see somebody else's fame, notoriety, success, etc., and think that we need to do and be that. And it's not even a conscious thought, I don't think. I think it's just like how we're wired. But then when we try to do it that way, it doesn't work because it's fucking hard, because it's not natural to us. And so then we have to come back to the drawing board and be like, what is the most natural and easy way for me to show up and do the thing? You know, and it's down to even like your marketing strategy. It's like where you show up, how you show up, what platforms are you on, what services do you offer? I think oftentimes people offer things they don't even want to offer, but they don't know that they can offer the thing they really want to offer.
Right. Or show up where they really want to show up because they think they got to be everywhere. No, figure out what you want to do, figure out what audience is going to get you there, figure out how to reach that audience. Don't do any of the other shit.
Do you think that people need to do it, I'm gonna say wrong, but like do it in the way that's not right for them and until they can find the way that feels the most easeful? Or do you think there's like a series of questions people can ask? Like, is there a way to accelerate this painful process to be able to get people to be able to live and work in alignment?
Yes, but yes, I do. But I think you answered your own question there with the word work. People don't want to do the work. They want the easy fix. They want it to be simple. They want to post on social media and go viral tomorrow. Never going to happen. They want to have all these followers so they buy them. Horrible thing. Don't do it. They want to be on TV so they pay an exorbitant fee to be on some advertorial show. Awful. Can't stand that. No, you have to put in the work. I would like to think that as human beings, we are smarter than a stubborn toddler and we don't have to keep doing it the wrong way before we get it right. But I've gone through my stubborn toddler phase. I still do it sometimes. And so I know that's not the case. But yes, if you truly got quiet and you went away for like a day and you're like, okay, all right, KJ, what do we really want to do with our life? Like truly, if money was no object, if time was no object, if there were no constraints, what do I really want to do with my life? I have 40 some years left. I'm literally probably at midlife right now. What am I going to do with that time? And I think if you were honest about that, then work like, okay, this is what I really want to do. How do I get to those things working backwards? Yeah, you'd have a plan in a second. I think too many people are scared of, if they got really quiet, what the answer to that question is.
Oh God, I have goosebumps. Yeah.
Because they're going to be judged, or maybe it's really big, audacious, or maybe it's really scary, or who knows. But you're not going to know if you try. I don't want to be on my deathbed thinking, I could have done so much cool shit. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I try that? I want to be calling my friends and being like, remember the time I tried this? It was terrible. Every single thing after a day or two makes for a great cocktail story,
100%.
a great thing to laugh about. And if you can't laugh at it with yourself, go to more therapy because there's something else you got to work through. Like, I cannot say it enough. Shout out to my therapist.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it for the story. I had a great friend in college. Shout out to Swenson if you're listening to this. And his Instagram handle was DIFTS, do it for the story. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do insane shit and be absolutely fucking reckless and just live my life. And I just loved watching him do that and live that. Mm-hmm. Like, whether it was like having an entire camelback of tequila in his backpack when we ski down Breck, or like whatever the fuck. It was just like, he was just going for it, you know? And I think there's like a permission slip in all of this of like, you just take the space to get quiet. I think we do know. Like, you know
what you really want to do. You're scared to admit it out loud. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Do you want to share it on air what you want to do?
What I really want to do with my life? Yeah. Well, I did it. I wanted to write this book. I wanted this book to be a bestseller. I wanted to go on a book tour. I'm doing all of those things. What do I want to do next? I want to have a podcast, and I probably want it to be one of the most popular podcasts. But then I have silly little ego-driven things that aren't going to move my business forward, where, you know what? Just because everyone else has one, I think I really want a Times Square billboard. And I could go buy one tomorrow, but I want to earn it. I don't want to buy it. Yeah. So those sorts of things. But I have done the big thing I wanted to do. I have tackled that. I'm in the midst of the book tour. It's amazing. I get to meet all these cool people and hear all these cool stories, which is the whole reason I wrote the book. I cry every day because my life is awesome. I get to wake up every day and do exactly whatever the fuck I want with whoever the fuck I want. No one can tell me I can't. My husband manages finances. I don't even let him manage my finances. I spend that money like it's Monopoly money. I don't care. I have created a life I love. I have worked so fucking hard for it. I love everything about my life. I cry all the time because I'm grateful. Like, I'm not crying because I'm sad. I am so fucking grateful. I haven't taken the time after the book. I mean, it literally just came out, right? Yeah. I'm in the middle of tour.
Like a week ago.
Yeah. I haven't taken the time to figure out what is next for me. Yeah. I haven't gotten quiet because I don't know.
Well, you're still in the celebration.
Because I'm in, too. I don't even think I've gotten to the celebration part. And when I get to the celebration part, I'm going to really fucking celebrate.
Yeah, you are, bitch.
But then I'm going to take a nap and I'm going to maybe take a month off. And then I'm going to figure out what the next thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I think also that just like clicked something for me of like, I think sometimes we can think we need this like one big goal and it's the only goal, right? Yeah. And so we make it so insanely big, right? But we don't think about like, okay, well, what's a goal I can like reach in the next 90 to 360 days, right? Of like, okay, you can write a book in a year. Like, come on. Yes. We can fucking do that. So it's like setting goals that are goals along the path to the greater goal.
Right. Like,
because like, yeah, of course, you know, and just breaking it down a little.
Right. Like, to dumb it down at the silliest level, if your goal is to be the next Mel Robbins, and I'm not saying it is, but like a name everyone recognizes. If your goal is to be the next Joe Rogan, Mel Robbins, whoever, you're not going to do that overnight. But the first thing you're going to have to do is set up your foundation. What do you want to be known for? Get yourself a podcast. Work really hard on that podcast. Have great guests. Perfect your whatever. Promote that podcast. Maybe write a book, maybe not write a book. Maybe do a movie, maybe not do a movie. Maybe do a show, not do a show. Like, they didn't become who they were overnight. It is decades in the making. There are little victories and big goals along the way that are going to take you to the big, big, big goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this. It does feel like the stairs analogy, you know, it's like literally just, okay, the next step, the next step.
Yeah.
And I think it's extremely high achievers. Like, I know you're fucking workhorses like myself. It's like we get so excited, we do the thing and then we're on to the fucking next. And I'm really working on, it's really not getting that much easier, to be honest, but like I'm really working on doing my like evening gratitude and morning gratitude practice of like being like, this is fucking insane. Like, this is my life. Like, holy shit. And I also cry in gratitude because I'm a little sensitive nugget, but like, I'm like, to be able to reflect and to be in that energy of gratitude is going to just give you so much like juice to move forward, right? You know, in times that are hard, because it's not easy to write a book. Like, no, I know I told you this off air, but I'm like, I was reading this book, I'm like, bitch, did you write this with ChatGPT? and you're like, no, I wrote this book. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you are your face too when you did it.
You're like, really?
I'm like, what? I think it's just because like all the content I've been seeing online is just like copy and paste chat, and I can't. It's
it's
there's no
it's so
personality.
sad.
There's
Well,
no, like,
I mean, that's the problem with everyone asks me all the time, with the invention of AI, you're not going to have a job. You're not going to blah, blah, blah. And I just am like, well, that's the dumbest take I've ever heard, because AI is a robot. It is an algorithm created by one person to answer questions. And it is great for deep research, and is great for fact checking things, and is great if I have an idea and I need to flesh the idea out, or if I need to shorten a headline and I want to make a headline better. You can't write articles. You can't write social media posts. You can't do anything with ChatGPT without it sounding like ChatGPT. It takes the human aspect out of it.
Yeah.
And people want storytelling. They want to feel the emotion. They want to be connected. A robot algorithm cannot give you that. Plus, also, I love a good M-dash. I'm still going to write with them, but ChatGPT has ruined everything in the M-dash world.
Yeah.
Like, no one writes that eloquently. Like, I've seen you text me and you can't even spell tomorrow. Like, there's no way you wrote this huge, long, flowery social media post. Like, come on, Jessica, we're all on to ya. But also, who cares? I don't care if you write your stuff with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Good for you for putting yourself out there and writing your thing. Who am I to judge?
Yeah.
But also, you're never going to be able to write a book if you write it all in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it just doesn't. It's not that you need people connect with you because of the story. They're going to connect with you because of the human aspect of things. I think now more than ever, people want to feel that connection.
Yeah.
On this side of the pandemic, I think it's returned to long form and longer writing and hearing the story and knowing why someone started this. Like, there's a reason why the How I Built This podcast has been like the podcast for forever and ever and ever, because we want to know how you built the things.
Yeah.
So you got to share that with people. And you'll see it, like, your audience connects with you. Your community likes you because they like you as a person. They don't give a fuck what Sam decides to do next with their life. They're going to be cheering you on, one, because they know you're going to achieve it, right? And they want to be like, I remember when she started, I knew she was going to do it, you know? And that's awesome. But you've built a community that likes you for you.
Yeah.
Why would you, like...
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about that part. And they want to almost leverage more of what they know or their expertise, and they forget that the personal part of the brand is just as important.
The most important. Right.
Yeah. And like the story part, you know, I think anytime I go into deep story, like if I'm doing solos on the show, like, and I'm just like pulling back the curtain and I'm like, guys, oh my God, it's so like, it's still forever uncomfortable for me to just be like, this is where I'm at, you guys, like, fuck. That's usually what it is. That's usually how it starts. And I'm like, okay, it's like everything's amazing, but it's also insane. And like, oh my gosh. And I think a lot of people can relate to that because we're all like crazy entrepreneurs who are just like, everything's insane and everything's changing and I'm changing and I've had a million identity deaths and like, fuck. Yeah. Like, how do I keep up with myself? And I think that we forget the power of the story. I think, is it Simon Sinek that starts with why? That's his book. Where it's like, we don't buy things, we buy why they exist. You know, we buy the story, we buy into the story. And I think so often people can get caught up in the trap of just pumping out content or pumping out things, forgetting that where's the context? Like, why are you writing this? Like, why are you doing this? Like, why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and if you look at it at the basic level, there isn't a single big brand out there that's successful that doesn't have a human spokesperson, whether it's Nike or Bulgari or Mercedes. Like, everyone has it because someone relates to the person, whether it's a celebrity or not. They don't care about the brand. The person draws them in to then care about the brand.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I saw Jamie Kern-Lima speak about It Cosmetics, building It Cosmetics and then selling it to L'Oreal for like $2 billion, and like her story of just overcoming rejection, like fucking crazy. And I had never heard of her and I had never heard of It Cosmetics. What kind of makeup do you think I use now? It Cosmetics.
There you go.
Why? Because I'm like, I love her. She's so cool. I want to support her. Yeah. I want to put my dollars into her hands. And they're not even in her hands anymore. Well, I mean, maybe, but they're in L'Oreal's hands.
Somehow, somewhere.
Yeah. Like, it's more this exchange of energy where I'm like, I feel connected to the founder. And I think, like, you know, as like voice and visibility as a company, like, we support these voices and talent and podcasters and people who are building brands around there. Like, they are the face of the brands. They are the spokesperson. And it's like, sometimes I think they forget. I have to constantly affirm with them, like, yo, it's your personality.
Yeah.
It's literally how fucking funny you are. Or it's literally the clothes you wear, the fact that you're in like psychedelic things, or it's your dirty sense of humor, or it's the fact that you say fuck all the time. Like I have a client who's a gut health practitioner, and she drops F-bombs all the time in her show, and had someone recently just hire her because of her like dirty mouth. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, I love this because it's actually how they would talk in real life.
Right.
It's like, why are we trying to be
because we're worried about people You're worried about people judging us. But here's the thing. You need to attract the people you're meant to attract. You need to repel the people that you're not meant to repel. And anyone else that comes on your social media or your blog or who knows what, talks trash, all of those things, the haters, if you will, they don't really hate you. Those are just alternative fan theories. You know,
I love this.
They just like something different, and it doesn't matter. Let them talk about you. I think when Taylor Swift had her latest album come out, whether you're Swiftie or not, she said, whether my name is in your mouth, my album came out this week. Love it or hate it, thank you for keeping my album in the conversation. So I'm not saying that all press is good press, because there's a lot of press that is not good press, right? Sure. But whether you have alternative fan theories or a huge roll of supporters, cater to the supporters and keep doing what you're doing. Because the first, when I started in business, I got a cease and desist almost right away from one of my former employers. They were very, very upset when I started my own agency. Jeez. Yeah. And I was, of course, like mortified, like a cease and desist. If I keep going, they're going to sue me. I can't get sued by this giant corporation. Like I gave them 9 years of my life. What do you mean they are mad at me? And my lawyer sat me down and he actually brought me a bottle of very expensive champagne and he said, congratulations. And I'm like, why? Because I have to go out of business? Like I was like in tears. And he said, congratulations, you're nobody till someone sues you. Like that's the first sign of if someone's coming for you, if someone wants your shit, if they want to sue you, if you've truly done nothing, like it's one thing if you're a sinister asshole, right? Like, and you're going after people's shit, that's wrong. But if you're building something authentically that you want to do and you're achieving success, you're going to attract people that are jealous of your success. People just are. And that's how you know you're doing it right. So don't worry about those idiots. Don't punch down. Don't respond. Don't even pay attention to it. Focus on the people that love you, the community you're building, because they're going to be there long after that person gets sick of living in their mom's basement and hiding behind the keyboard.
Keyboard warriors.
Right?
Shout out. Thanks for making us more famous.
If only some countries had armies as strong as the keyboard warriors, the world would be a better place.
We would be in such a good place.
We would.
Oh my God. Okay, I want to wrap it up. I want to touch upon the last thing that you said in your book. No, it's a good thing. I loved this so much, and I was like, I gotta read this. It says, KJ's mission is simple: to help cool people and bold brands stop playing small, start owning their authority, and finally act like the big deal they already are. I love this. For my people that are listening, like nodding their head and they're like, fuck yeah, I need some of this like KJ confidence. Let's go, baby. Like fuck rejection. I don't even care anymore. I would love to hear one more last insight, last takeaway you want to share with them to leave them on their journey of just going for it and playing big.
Well, I think they need to realize they are a big fucking deal. They need to act like it. They've created something. They've built something. They're selling something. How many people do that? Hardly any. Like you might think you're surrounded by a million entrepreneurs. You're not. You have created something. It's amazing. Visibility and putting yourself out there. It's not vanity. It's not being famous to be famous. It's a leadership skill. You are creating something that helps others, and it is now up to you to promote it and put yourself out there so you can truly help those other peoples. Stop getting in your own way. Put yourself out there. The worst thing that's going to happen is Susie down the street has a comment. Susie down the street was never going to do or help or be a part of your community. Ignore the Susies, step into the spotlight. You're a very big fucking deal. Act like it.
Amen, baby. And I love that it's like, it's not about the ego of being famous to be famous. It's really like building the body of work and getting the message out there, And I think for our listeners, it's like, if we can come at it from like the heart of like, no, it's in service of humanity, or it's in service of all the people. I think it's so much easier for us to do that, because it's not like, look at me, I'm so great, because that's not what we're trying to do. It's like, no, we're vehicles or like channels for this message or this mission, and we just got to get it out there. So we got to get out of the way and get it out there. Yeah. Oh, KJ, I love you. I'm so happy you
Oh.
came on. I'm so honored that you're our in-house publicist. I'm so excited you're going to be helping all of our clients and me. This book is amazing. You
Thank
guys go check out Pitchworthy. Shop on Amazon. Go to KJ's sites. We'll put it in the show notes as well. And it really is. You called it a playbook, and I think that's the right word. It really is a playbook to PR and making it applicable and practical for all of the humans. So thank you. I love you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Bye, you guys. See you next week.